Hey everyone, how's it going? Grizzly here with another Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. Today going to be playing some of that there man versus machine. And just to clarify, I was matched up with all of these people. We didn't form a party or anything like that. So, just in case you guys were wondering, these were just random people that I got matched up with online. One more thing to take note of before we dive into the gameplay here is I recorded this gameplay as a demo. So there will be a few issues later in the gameplay, and I just wanted to give you guys a heads up about those. So if you see anything that seems a little off, that would be because I recorded a demo file of this gameplay. But what you're watching right now is me playing Demo Man on Wave 5. I didn't want the video to be ridiculously long, but I know I haven't been putting out videos as regularly as I would like to, so I did make sure this video was a little bit longer than usual, but I did cut out the first few waves. As you can see, we are playing on the new map Rottenburg, one of the two new MvM maps that have been released in this update, the other one being Manhattan. Now, I haven't really had the opportunity to play a full round on Manhattan. As I'm sure most of you are aware, there were a few issues yesterday with the servers when the update was first released, and I believe all of this has been taken care of now. So if you guys are interested in seeing a gameplay on Manhattan, I will try and get that out for you guys. And I would love to do that because Man vs. Machine is one of those game modes that I've really enjoyed playing, but recently it has become a little stale because there's not been any updates and you're playing the same maps over and over again with the same strategies, and you know it does get pretty old by doing that. But with this new update, they've included two new maps that are completely different than other maps that we've seen aesthetically, that is. And they've also included some upgrades, like as you can see the shield right there that the medic is using that will block all projectiles, as well as pushing the smaller bots backwards. So that is something really cool, something that they've kind of included in the update, maybe to encourage more players to choose medic. There have also been a few more upgrades. I think you can do mad milk needles now, as well as some of the upgrades have been combined into one, so you don't have to spend your money and you can just buy one thing instead of two. I believe that's how it works. I haven't actually checked it out myself, but from the description, that's what it seemed to be. And for the soldier, there is also a new upgrade, a buff, if you will, where your rockets will fire faster, and I believe they'll stun enemies on direct hit, and things like that. So it's cool that they're not only putting in new maps, but they're also implementing new gameplay mechanics, things that will kind of refresh the game. And every single time I've joined a server here, somebody's been playing medic because, you know, they want to try out that new mechanic, they want to try out that new shield, and I think that's something that's really cool. And that's something also that the actual game, not to say that Man vs. Machine isn't actually the game, but the regular multiplayer, that is something that the regular multiplayer can benefit from as well. When you implement new weapons, it's like you can play a completely different playstyle with the different classes. So a couple of updates were included actually that changed a few of the weapons in the regular multiplayer mode. I'm not going to go over those now, I might make a video over those later, but some of them are pretty different. The Babyface's blaster being a weapon that I did a video on a while back, and I was talking about how, you know, it could be a little bit better. Some changes have been made to that, but I'm not going to go into that. I said I wasn't, and I kind of went into it, but I'm not going to go into it. So let's just kind of talk about what's going on the screen right now. As I said earlier, playing Demo Man, my loadout consists of the Lock and Load, the Scottish Resistance, and the Caber, I believe. I don't really pull it out, but right now I'm just going for that engineer, trying to take out that teleporter. And I didn't really play a lot of the engineer, the mecha engineer MvM maps, so I'm not really too sure how that mechanic works, if you just have to kill the engineer and the teleporter will go down, or if you have to actually take out the teleporter. I wasn't too sure, so as you can see right there, I'm kind of going for the teleporter, and I'm actually going to get up here and I'm going to try and sneak up here, and I see it disappear. So if you guys know how that works, just leave a comment below, because I'm interested, because I do plan on playing more of these maps. I plan on at least completing one tour. So this is man up mode, by the way, I did not mention that, but I do plan on completing one tour, going for one of those new golden weapons. Those look pretty interesting. So if you guys can tell me some information on the engineer stuff, that'd be really helpful. But as you guys can see right now, we're starting the next wave, and that was something that I noticed when we were playing here. I'm not sure if I just got lucky and I got really good teammates or something like that, but the only wave that we actually had trouble with was round 3. We didn't have any other trouble. We beat all the rounds on our first try except for round 3. Round 3 it took us like 4 or 5 times to actually beat. So I'm not sure. Now, if you guys didn't notice, our medic actually timed out before this round started, so we were all a little bit nervous because we were one player short, and another guy doesn't join until the game's almost over. So we actually pretty much beat this round with only 5 players, which kind of shows that, you know, maybe it's not as hard as some of the other ones, or maybe I just had a really good team, I'm not sure. But the lock and load on Demo Man, a lot of people say you should just use the sticky launcher, but I don't know, I'm a huge fan of the lock and load. You can put out so much damage once you upgrade the clip size and the reload speed. I mean, I feel like it's a lot better than the sticky launcher. I also use the Scottish Resistance in place of the sticky launcher because you can get those 14 sticky bombs down at one time instead of the regular 8. So you essentially double how many you can put down, and you don't have to blow them all up at once. If you want to put one where they drop down in one spot and where they drop down at another spot, that's fine. And I mean, it works out great. You can have 14 critical sticky bombs on the ground instead of just the regular 8, and that's huge. And as you guys can see right here, I'm just dealing out massive damage. The splash damage on the lock and load is ridiculous. All you gotta do is have that first hit and make sure you get right in the middle of that group, and it'll take out a ton of guys. There's a clip later in the gameplay, I'm pretty sure it's this round, where I filled the whole feed with just a couple of pills shot in the right spots right there. I think that's it. And I mean, that's all you have to do is just hit your shots where you need them to, and it does a ridiculous amount of damage. And I haven't actually tried like the regular grenade launcher. I've always just kind of stuck with the lock and load, and maybe that's something I should try later, but right now I'm pretty content with the way the Demo Man loadout is working. And usually I'll try and play soldier, but you know, we already had a soldier, so I decided I'd do Demo Man. Demo Man has a little bit more responsibility than some of the other classes. Usually if this is like your first time, people will recommend that you play heavy, because as a heavy, all you really have to do is shoot the guys. It's pretty simple. But as a demo, one of your jobs is to make sure you're killing all the medics with sticky bombs, because that's the easiest way to take care of them. So when you're playing demo, that's something you have to keep in mind, and you want to make sure that you don't die until you've been able to detonate your stickies on the medics. And as you can see in this gameplay a little bit later, I believe, there are a few times where I kind of mess up and I activate the Uber on the medics instead of actually blowing them up. But the team takes it really well, you know. We didn't really have anybody on the team telling people how they should play the game, what loadouts to be using, things like that. And we all worked really well together as a team, in my opinion. And maybe that's why this game was so easy for us. But right now, as you guys can see, I'm just spamming that choke point. They all have to funnel right through that little tunnel right there. They don't really come up the steps over there on the left side. So I just keep firing some pills in there, and they keep connecting and taking guys out. So it's a pretty easy spot to hold down. You just have to make sure that, you know, a sentry buster doesn't come through like it did earlier and take out your engineer's equipment. As you guys can see, he already has it back up, and this wave is pretty much over. Our 6th player is joining right there. He's playing Pyro, so we almost made it the whole round without him. And it was actually pretty easy. No tanks, nothing too crazy. I mean, they're just a bunch of enemies, but they're all pretty easy to take out. So yeah, that little red guy that was showing up over there, if you guys haven't played the game mode yet, when you die, that'll pop up, and if the medic kills it, they can revive you, which is also one of the new mechanics that I did not mention earlier in the game, but it's something pretty cool. It can save you a lot of time. Sometimes it takes just as long as your respawn would, but you end up right back on the battlefield, so it's pretty efficient, pretty effective. And right now, as you guys can see, I'm just spamming right into that smoke. I can't really see anything, but I did see a health bar. And I think this is the boss of this level. I believe his name is Sir Nukesalot. I don't know, it's gonna... Yeah, right there, as you guys can see, there's his name. So, he had a ton of health, but there's nothing else really distracting you from taking him down. So we were all just able to concentrate on him. And, you know, after that it's pretty easy. It's just like taking down a tank, dodging the occasional shot. So it's not really a big deal or anything like that, as long as the whole team has their efforts concentrated on that one enemy. I think I get taken out. Yeah, I go flying right there. But as you guys can see, I've said that a lot, as you guys can see, but as you guys can see right there, shelling out some massive damage with the lock and load and the critical hits, over 500 damage on each of those pills. So I mean, that's massive, and that's one of the reasons I use it over the sticky launcher. I feel like you can shoot them right there. As soon as they hit, they explode. You don't have to worry about them, anything like that. But if you guys can show me a video where the sticky launcher is used just as effectively, if not more, so I would be more than happy to look at that. Maybe I'll change up my strategy, but as I said earlier, I'm pretty content with the way my demo loadout is right now. So maybe you can change my mind. Unless you agree with me, then hey, lock and load all the way. But right now, on the final wave, and it's just a bunch of support, a lot of enemies coming, and 3 tanks, I believe. So right now, just trying to take out the support. And those pills, they just come flying over there. And you gotta look out for them, because there's a lot of, there were a lot of times when I'd be trying to jump out of the way and a pill would just slide underneath me and take me out. As well as the snipers. I hate snipers in Man vs. Machine. They are a pain. Oh man, they are something else. And I really cannot stand them. But right there again, pulling out the crits, doing a ton of damage on that tank. And this one goes down pretty quick. Unfortunately, the sniper up there takes me out. And man, I just really do not like the snipers. And right here, here's one of the bugs, the glitches with the demo system. I'm not sure how long this has actually been a problem with the demo system. It's been a while, but it looks like I'm on fire, and it happened earlier in one of my other videos a while back, but I'm not really sure how to fix it, if there is a fix for it. If you guys know of a way to fix that, that would be great. Let me know. I tried re-recording it a few times and I always had the same effect, so not sure how to fix that. But we took out that first tank pretty easily, and there's a couple more coming, so everybody's running around that corner. You know, of course they have to come right through that choke, spam them out a little bit, and then I think me and the scout, we're gonna double up on this tank while everybody's on that other one, and just doing a ton of damage with the lock and load. And there are 2 routes for the tank. One goes up and above across that bridge, which that's what the first one did, and the second one actually goes underneath. And if you're unfamiliar with the game mode, there's a tunnel at the end where some doors open and it goes through that, and then you don't have a chance to shoot at it for a while, and then it'll pop up on the other side of the map and kind of sneak in the back door, I guess, would be one way of putting it. So you kind of have to be careful and make sure your team is paying attention, or else that huge tank right there could just kind of get by you. Luckily, my team was on top of their game, and I saw it was going in there, so I kind of just made sure I got some more health, some more ammo, concentrated my efforts on the other tank. Actually, I didn't do that quite yet. I'm hopping up these barrels because I wasn't sure how soon it would run through there, but the other tank, it goes through that tunnel and it'll come out these doors right over here on this side. So you'll see me run back there later and finish off that tank with another player. But right now I'm hopping back on this other tank with the team, and they've pretty much got it under control. I'm just going to shoot a couple pills over there and then head back to this first tank, because I think it's finally turning around the bend over here. Yep, me and the scout are on it, so it's going down pretty quick, and after that we're going to win the game. So I hope you guys have enjoyed a longer video from me. It's been a while since I've done something like this, and I mean, if you want to see some more Man vs. Machine, you'd rather see some more multiplayer, anything like that, let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll do my best to do that. I'm sorry for the lack of videos over the past couple of weeks. Yeah, I don't really have too much of an excuse for it. I'm going to try to be a little bit better about that, but that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys all later.